The evening was quiet except for the hum of soft jazz echoing through the grand restaurant. Crystal chandeliers reflected warm light across polished tables, and servers moved gracefully between guests, carrying trays of fine wine and delicate desserts. At a corner table near the window sat Eleanor West, a woman known across New York's business world for her sharp mind, elegance, and unimaginable wealth. Yet tonight, beneath her designer dress and confident posture, she looked like someone trying hard not to feel lonely. It was her birthday. Every year, her staff organized lavish parties, but this time she had canceled everything. No reporters, no business partners, no fake smiles. Just one quiet dinner with herself, or so she had told her assistant. She had imagined it would be peaceful, a small rebellion against the noise of her world. But now, the silence felt suffocating. She stirred her untouched glass of champagne, watching the bubbles fade. Her phone buzzed with notifications, hundreds of messages, polite and predictable. "Happy birthday, Ms. West." "Many returns, Eleanor." Not a single one from someone who truly knew her. The truth stung. She was surrounded by admirers but had no one who cared enough to sit across from her. As she looked around the room, her gaze stopped at the entrance. A man stood there with a little girl beside him, both dripping wet from the sudden rain outside. The man, dressed in a worn jacket, spoke to the host, his tone apologetic. "I'm sorry, sir, I forgot to reserve. It's her birthday. We were hoping for a small table." The little girl held a handmade paper card in her hand, its colors smudged by rain, and smiled bravely despite the disappointment on her father's face. Something inside Eleanor softened. She saw in that man's eyes a mix of pride and struggle, the same look her father once had when he tried to make her childhood special, despite hard times. Without thinking, she rose slightly and called out, "You can join me if you'd like. I have more than enough cake." The man looked startled. The little girl turned, her eyes wide with hope. "Daddy, can we?" she whispered. Within minutes, they were seated beside her, laughter replacing the quiet music. For the first time that night, Eleanor smiled. Not the practiced kind, but the kind that reaches the heart. As the rain softened outside, warmth filled the table where three unlikely companions sat. The restaurant, once quiet, now seemed alive with laughter. Little Lily swung her legs beneath the chair, spooning bites of chocolate cake into her mouth with delighted enthusiasm. "This is the best cake ever," she declared, her voice full of innocence. Eleanor smiled, watching her, the sparkle in the girl's eyes bringing a forgotten light back into her world. Michael, her father, wiped his hands nervously with a napkin. "I still can't believe you invited us, ma'am. We don't belong in a place like this." Eleanor leaned forward slightly, her tone gentle. "Please call me Ellie and don't say that. Everyone belongs where kindness is welcome." There was sincerity in her words that caught him off guard. He nodded, visibly relaxing. They began to talk. Lily told stories about her school, her best friend who loved drawing unicorns, and how she and her dad would sometimes make pancakes for dinner when things got tough. Michael listened, smiling softly, but Eleanor could see the exhaustion behind his eyes, the kind worn by someone who carried too much responsibility. When she asked what he did for a living, he explained that he worked 2 jobs, one at a repair shop and another cleaning offices at night. "It's not much," he said quietly, "but it keeps us going." Eleanor felt a lump in her throat. Here was a man who had nothing compared to her fortune, yet he had everything she lacked: love, connection, and purpose. She found herself talking more freely than she had in years, sharing stories about her childhood, her father, and the way life became lonely once success came knocking. As the night neared its end, Lily reached into her small backpack and handed Eleanor her handmade card. It was simple, drawn with crayons, a woman sitting beside a birthday cake surrounded by stars. Inside, the message read, "Happy birthday to my new friend, Ellie." Eleanor's eyes glistened as she hugged the little girl. "Thank you, Lily. This is the best birthday gift I've ever received." When they finally left, she sat in silence, the warmth of their laughter lingering. For the first time in years, Eleanor didn't feel like the richest woman in the city. She simply felt human and happy.